All right. Got a couple more minutes. Still got people waiting to come in.
I'll be muted when I'm not talking. Sorry.
Okay.
You don't breastfeed still, do you? Just, I mean, just
He's
say.
actually not, he's a foster.
Oh.
So, no, I'm not breastfeeding.
Just, you don't have to explain. You don't have to. Sorry. I didn't mean to say that. Sorry. I'm not from the state.
All right, we got more than half of the people logged in, and they'll filter in as we go through this. There's going to be 40-ish students in this class. So far, you've met at least one of the instructors and her little junior EMT. So that's Mandy. I'm Brianna. Ashley's on here as well. We might have some bandwidth issues, so we try to keep some of the video stuff down for her.
Apparently New Orleans is great. Yes, I am. Sorry. What's this button do? Oh, cool. Okay. No. I kind of like Zoom, but I think Tony, we had Skype so we could talk to each other, and in the middle of talking, the Skype gave out, so he doesn't have Skype anymore. So it's kind of sad.
This is the very first Zoom meeting I've ever done, and I don't know what I'm really supposed to do as far as just listening and things, and I don't know if it's appropriate to like drink or eat during the thing, and I'm just making sure, and by drink I mean like it is 8 o'clock here, so I'd be drinking right now.
Okay, well, let me hang on, I'll get my beer. No, okay. I don't drink.
Yeah.
I do, no.
Well, that sounds like a good place for Bree to start about, kind of what we're setting out and what is acceptable, what isn't.
So whatever you do behind the screen, if you get rid of your camera, I guess that's however you want to be. But if you do have the camera on, be aware that we can see you. We can see what clothes you are wearing or not wearing. So be mindful of that. In EMS, we don't drink. It's depending on the service, 8 hours bottle of throttle, 12 hours bottle of throttle. So if you drink, then you are pretty much off shift for that amount of time. So, so if you are gonna be on video, just make sure that you are clothed. I don't want to see that. I'm a married woman, so.
We can also see your background.
Yes, yes,
And anyone who walks through it
yes,
would need to be clothed as well.
yes. I've seen a lot of YouTube videos of Zoom fails. The Zoom meetings will have a password. There are some Zoom bombs that are going around. People are posting horrible pictures in the middle of people's Zoom meetings. So we do have the password, which you guys will see the EMT1 exclamation point. If you haven't been like invited to the link, I'm not really sure how it works because I don't know, being a host instead of joining. So we are aware of some of the Zoom bombing that has gone on, so we're kind of protecting that. I'm Brianna. I'm a paramedic here in Alaska. I've been doing EMS since 2006 or so. Went through my EMT1, 2, and then went and got my paramedic. I'm a full-time paramedic for Fairweather on the North Slope, but I also used to work for the Mat-Su Bureau, and I currently work as a firefighter responder with City of Palmer. So a couple years experience with that. I finished my schooling for my paramedic in Michigan, outside Detroit. So I got to see some of that. It's a little different world down in the low 48 than it is up here, but medicine's pretty across the board. So this class will give you a student certificate. So it's not a full 100% EMT certificate. It'll be a student one, which means that you will be then starting a mentor program. With your service, we will be getting signatures signed off by the service mentor. When you get all of those signatures signed off, you will submit that to the state and you will be given a provisional certificate. Essentially, you have to take this didactic, then you got to take the written exam, pass that, get your skills checked off, and then you'll be able to run as an EMT for your service. Once we're allowed to do the practical testing, then you'll take the practical, the state practical and the state written exam and get your full-fledged EMT1. We can't do the practical currently because you have to be within 6 feet of a person. Doing a medical assessment or a trauma assessment on a mannequin is not the same as doing it on an actual person. Feeling the abdomen, actually palpating and touching. So that's why we're not doing a full EMT, just the provisional one until we're allowed to do that again. We do have Karin here, she's with the state, and we have Tony here, they're both from the state. They won't be instructing, but they're here to kind of see how this course goes. This is the first course of its kind run by the state of Alaska, so we're all learning as we go. So far, we've had a little hiccup. So originally this class was going to be on May 15th, and then we decided to have this meeting on the 14th. And then the official class will be tomorrow. So when I created the My Brady course, I created it for the 15th, and then I went in and changed it to the 14th, but it only halfway changed. So it's not allowing you guys to actually see the course because it says it starts tomorrow, even though on my end, it says that it started today. The East Coast is closed by now, and the 24/7 hotline is closed because of COVID. So there's our assistant. So it will be up and running tomorrow. If you guys looked at the schedules that I sent out, there was a calendar that essentially says the Zoom meeting today to explain what's going on. Then your first section starts tomorrow, chapters 1 through 4, and then Saturday is your first section exam. It's going to be a very fast-paced class, but since you guys don't have access to the class today, the exam will be available to you on Saturday. Get it in by midnight Sunday, so you have that extra day. Originally, this class was written in 21-day, every single day course, 21 days straight. We extended it out to 4 weeks, so 28 days, and left you guys with Sundays off. So it gives you a little bit more extra time to get some of these modules done. There's 8 modules total, so 8 exams, and then 1 final exam that is comprehensive. It's going to cover all the chapters, a little bit of everything. You will have 4 days from the end of the course to brush up on the entire book, everything that you've read before you take your final. So the last class day will be on the 8th, and then you guys have to get your final in by midnight on the 12th. I understand there's people from other states that are here that work on the slope or work other places here in Alaska seasonally, like the fair or whatever. And then there's people that are actually deployed overseas right now that will be back in the state this summer. So I understand there is a time difference. We are pretty flexible with that, but you have to be upfront with us. You can't be 10 chapters behind and be oh, I can't attend because I'm somewhere else. Just be upfront and honest with us. We're actually pretty chill people for the most part. So that's kind of the breakdown of how the class is going to go. These Zoom meetings are not necessarily going to be lectures. The book, the ebook, comes with a ton of videos. They've actually improved them. Years ago, they were still using 1950s material and everybody acted like robots. They've done a phenomenal job. The patients actually look like they have those medical problems or those trauma. And so they've done really good with the videos. There's PowerPoints that are attached. There's reading, and if you're a slow reader, there's actually an audiobook version of the book. So you can hit
Bree-
play. Yeah,
It might be easier to show than describe.
that's true. Hey, look at that. You're so smart. Let's see. All right. Hopefully you guys can see my screen. So this is what your MyLab Brady will look like. You guys can't see these little seat belted men. This is what the instructors will see. You can go to course home. And if you go to communication tools, there's like a little how-to in the document sharing. This is where all of your handouts and stuff will be located. This is where the Zoom meetings are going to be located. I'm going to make a new category of Zoom meetings and stuff them in there. Your calendar, your syllabus, all of that is also attached in here. So that's under course home, communication tools. There's also a syllabus and calendar on there, but I don't like their version of a calendar. It just has these little teeny symbols, and I like stuff with color and bigger words. So you go to your main menu, and you're gonna see that it kind of breaks down what each of these means. So course home is where you're gonna have announcements and your handouts. Your e-text is right here, the Pearson e-text. When you click on that, you'll be able to launch it and it will come up in a new window. So you launch it here. You guys able to see the ebook when it comes up?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know what shares and what doesn't share.
I think everything but the audio shares right now with the
Okay.
ebook.
So first chapter is just going to be on foundations. You can click on the menu here and it breaks it down to where you can just click on the specific chapter. When you get to a chapter, you can click on, say, introduction, and it will tell you how long this chapter is going to be. So it's almost 50 minutes. You can listen to the audio and it will go through each of these. You do have to turn the page. So there's arrows on either side to turn the page and it will continue. You will find in these chapters, we've kind of made some notes, and I have to find one that actually has notes. I know it's in here somewhere. Here, this one. So hopefully you guys can see our notes. They'll be highlighted like this. And so when you click on it, it will give you the note on it. And you can take your own notes and have your own little notebook. It's basically our input on certain topics that will help explain it a little bit more. So like what I have here in chapter 20, talking a little bit more in depth than the book just saying acute coronary syndrome, fast, slow, anything like that. Kind of just talking points or additional information to help you guys do better on your test. So that's all on the side. You can get your table of contents as well as make your own notes and see our notes. That is your guys' ebook. We'll go back to the MyLab Brady. You can scroll down further, you'll see assignments. All the assignments that are available to you once you're able to see this class are located here. So you're reading, you'll check on that. Can I make this thing go away? You're reading, you'll see that, you'll say, yes, I did it. Your homework assignments is usually like little quizzes, and then there's a chapter test. You can't go to chapter 2 until you finish chapter 1. And then you'll have discussion boards, which I'll cover that in a second, and additional like homework assignments that are, it's for you guys. It's not necessarily like homework to punish you guys. It's just additional information to help you guys retain what you're watching and what you're learning. So this is where you'll find your assignments and be able to complete them. Here's a how to succeed in the course. Basically, do your homework, take the post-test, take the chapter test, have some sort of plan. Anytime you do an online course, it takes a lot of self-motivation. It's a lot harder than having somebody lecture and then tell you exactly what assignments are due. This one you have to study and make your own time, 3 hours a day, 4 hours a day. So making a study plan, there's a guide on how to make a study plan. If you want to see where your progress is, what chapters you've done, so you can create that. The multimedia library, if you guys want to look up specific things. So let's say we want to look at anatomy and physiology, and we want to go to just the video. So you click on that and you hit find now, and it's going to find all of the video that's in anatomy and physiology. And it's not just anatomy and physiology, it's anything related to it. So that's why there's blood glucose monitor. We have that in there because anatomy and physiology of the pancreas and diabetes. So there's a lot of information there. You can click on like skill checks or specific e-text pages. So the multimedia library is a great tool for you guys to be able to look up specific topics or the audiovisual aids. And again, those videos are awesome. So here's the entire audio for chapter 6. So you can listen to it instead of reading. Student support. These are all just help and support from the IT, which is closed right now. Your results, it'll actually knock out all of your scores that you have. And yes, I got a 53, but that's what happens when you hit A over and over and over. So don't do that. It's pretty much it on here. In your communication tools, in the document sharing is a how-to. So there's a how to use MyBrady right here. You can pull that up. It's got all the pictures of like screenshots and what each of them mean. It does take a little bit to get used to where everything is, and even I will click on the wrong button several times. Discussion boards. In your assignments, there's certain areas where there's a discussion board. Just making sure I got nobody in the waiting room, sorry. So we'll go to discussion board. They are worth 10 points. 5 points is for your participation. So putting something in there, participating in the discussion, and then 5 points is for content. So basically making it actually mean part of what we're looking for an answer, like actually having some sort of content on there. So when it comes up to doing the discussion boards, you'll basically click on the one that you want. There will be a description of what it is down below, and then you hit respond and type in your discussion. When it comes to documentation, you guys will have what we call like a SOAP note or a cheat format, chart format, and we're going to cover that in documentation. You're essentially going to write as if this is a real call. You have at least 3 of those, possibly more of those, and we're going to talk more about documentation in EMS as we go through it. It's one of my little pet peeves. I really like documentation, not that I like it, but I like people being good at documenting because it'll save your butt. So we want you guys to be able to practice in this class. When you guys do your mentor, you'll have an idea of what you're looking at. So discussion boards, you'll see them as they come up in your assignment. This is where they're located. So the same spot, course home, communication tools, discussion board. You guys have any questions on this so far? What I should say is if you guys have questions, go ahead and type them out in the chat. Ashley and Mandy can answer those questions if they do come up, if you send them directly to them or you send them to everybody. That is MyLabBrady once you guys get to see it. Let's see. Make sure I've got everybody. That's pretty much all I have. So here, hold on a second. Sorry. I have to learn how to use this. Stop. There we go. All right, so how this is going to happen, I'll be the lead instructor. I'm going to kind of facilitate your guys's, your Zoom meetings will go over what topic is going to be on your exam that's going to follow that same day. So the Zoom meeting will be at 5. I should have it up by 7 o'clock, and you guys will take your exam that night by midnight. The co-instructors, Mandy and Ashley, will be kind of watching and listening in, and they can put in their kind of 2 cents. They're going to be your guys' point of contact for when you guys have questions or you need some support. They are available. You'll see their phone numbers. Text them. Text or email. You guys prefer text. Text them. If they're available, they'll respond. They'll try to work with you guys. We don't have set like schedule because we don't really know what our day-to-day is going to be because we've still got jobs and family and stuff going on. So text them with any questions. They'll be able to walk you through any issues that you might have. Or if you have any more additional questions on a topic, if you are feeling uncomfortable with diabetes lecture and you want some more information, we are here to assist you in that. So texting Mandy, texting Ashley. We're going to be grading your discussion boards. All your quizzes and stuff are going to be automatically graded. They are from a test bank, so you'll notice that there's some test bank questions that are kind of mean. If you see like a question, make sure it doesn't have a not or an except. Those are the ones that kill people. People look over it and don't realize that there's all of these except. They end up picking the one that they think is right, but it's the only one that's wrong. So make sure you read through all of the questions. There's going to be a lot of those nots and excepts. You guys have any thoughts there, Mandy or Ashley?
Just kind of introduce myself. So
Yeah, absolutely. You both should introduce yourselves.
I'm Mandy Mitchell. You're sharing your screen there again. Okay.
There you go.
So I'm Mandy Mitchell. I have been in EMS for 14, 15 years now. I'm a paramedic. I work out here at Mat-Su doing education stuff these days. I've taught EMT classes in high schools and at colleges and that type of stuff. So the whole online thing is still kind of new to all of us, but we're figuring it all out. Don't hesitate to give us, like Bree said, text us, email us, call us, whatever, and we will get back with you. We can do Zoom meetings with just 1 or 2 of you or 1 of you. If you've got questions or just concerns or I'm falling behind or whatever, that's what Ashley and I are here to help out. So, because there's 40 of you, and if Bree had to do that by herself, so, but we're rooting for everybody. We want like all 40 of you to pass with flying colors and have it all be great, and you retain all the information that you're going to try and shove in your brains in the next 28 days. So we're devoted to helping you do that. So.
I guess I will introduce myself now. My name is Ashley Christensen. I've been a paramedic for 10, almost 11 years. I was a professor at the University of Fairbanks, just teaching EMT and helping with the paramedic program for 10 years. I am now Interior Region EMS Council's training coordinator. Like Mandy said, we are here for you guys. We, anytime you have a question, feel free to text, email me. Any IT questions, like if you're having a hard time with my Brady stuff, go ahead and contact me. I'll probably be setting up a Zoom meeting maybe at on Tuesdays. I'm kind of figuring out time, so I'm just going to schedule it and I'll send you guys the links. Just, if you guys have questions or, want to do a little study group, I'll be available for that. And then Bree, we have a couple questions in the chat box that were sent just to me. So I'm going to read them out because I'm sure everybody's got the same question. One is, do we need to participate in the Zoom meetings daily or just watch them afterwards? Also, can you only take the chapter test once? Bree, if you want to answer that one. You're still muted.
Thanks. So the quiz ones you can take more than once. Like the individual chapters you can take more than once, but the module, it's set to have you guys only take it one time. And kind of depending on like what you get or what has been going on, like just kind of be upfront and honest with this, because we understand that like stuff happens. So I'm willing to work around with people, but if you're consistently getting like 50s and 60s, you're not going to do well on the final. So there are people that will use a book to take their quizzes. So I see one on here. Is it closed book? It's your guys' benefit. If you do all of your quizzes open book, your final exam will not be open book, or it'll actually be secured over Moodle, which means that if you use the book every time on your quizzes, you're not going to know the answers when you do your final. And that one is a one-time deal, and you have to pass that to get your student certificate. So it's really up to integrity, and this is you. This is why you're allowed to take the quizzes multiple times, because you learn from them. They all have answers to why the questions are what they are. So you'll learn from them and be able to do better on your next round and do better on your next chapters. They kind of feed into each other. So as you learn like anatomy and physiology, and then you go into your cardiac section, it's going to pull up a lot of your anatomy and physiology from before. So as you get further along in your chapters, if you use the book to answer those quizzes, you're not going to be able to answer them in the following chapters. Does that kind of make sense?
What about the Zoom meeting? Are Zoom meetings every day?
So Zoom meetings, they're scheduled to be on the same day as exam. You do not have to participate, but it gives you an opportunity to ask any questions. So you're struggling with a certain topic that is in your chapter reading. This is your opportunity to get better clarification on it. That's what these meetings are for. I do cover some lecture-ish type information, basically just the talking points, the key ones that I wish that my teacher covered a little more in depth when I was an EMT1 student. So that's what the Zoom meetings are about. So it's to your benefit to attend, but it is not required. They are going to be recorded, so if you do miss it, you'll be able to pull it up, or if you attend, you can pull it up a second time and kind of fast forward to that area. So this is really, this online thing has a lot to do with your own self-motivation and your own integrity. So we're here for you guys, to support you guys, but you guys got to put as much effort as you can into it if you want a good quality product. And that's what we're hoping for. What else?
Are all quizzes tests closed book? Asking for a friend.
Yeah, so I see that, asking for a friend. I think I answered that. I mean, we can't see what you guys are doing. So
Actually, I think the tests are locked down. The module tests are locked down where you can't open your e-text.
Yes, the tests are, but who's to say that they can't use their phone? Cheater, pumpkin eater, or whatever. It's just, if this is the kind of medic that you want to be, this is the kind of medic you want your parents taking care of. So make sure that you like do well on this. What else? What's next? Next question.
We have, will we be able to take the National Registry EMT after this course?
I have not heard anything about what National Registry is accepting. So what do you have there, Karen?
I think right now, even though National Registry itself is doing provisional licensing, because there's a lot of paramedics that were in the midst of finishing. They're supposed to be doing their clinical time. And in fact, I was scheduled to do a paramedic psychomotor, and they canceled, so they got provisional. But for right now, I have no idea, because the state is responsible for the EMT basics, and it's up to that we prove that the course is under the national standards, which it is, but right now it's only partially done. You still have to go through, do your skills, and then take the state written final. And after that's over, if you pass the state written final and the practical, once COVID is taken care of, then you'd be qualified to go through National Registry and as a licensed EMT from Alaska to start and say, I'm interested in becoming a National Registry EMT. They'll take you through the process. So it's a wait after this COVID thing. So, and you don't have a provisional. Because when you're done with this, you have a student provisional license temporarily until we can get this completed.
Like in the past, after an EMT1 class, you take a practical and it's been good for National Registry, but you still have to take a National Registry written exam. And so I don't see why it wouldn't, once you get your legit practical done. But that can be something that we talk to National Registry about.
Yeah, well, it has to be these, right now we have courses that are provisional, not student provisional, just provisional. But when talking, I was talking National Registry, and they're, for the written, they're planning to do remote proctor written exams, meaning you can take your National Registry exam at home, but very strict guidelines. Now, this is historic, and there's an advanced EMT course going on that just completed UAF, and the majority have Pearson do, but one person's going to have to take a remote proctoring. I'll find out how well they do. Is for the advanced, only for EMT and the advanced EMTs for remote proctoring that's going to be done. But your final exam is in a format with National Registry. It's National Registry style of questioning. So it's going to be critical thinking and the best answer selection type of questions and answers. So we'll hopefully your instructors will get you guys tuned up on how and to be critical thinkers, and you should be okay after. Of course, I pray.
Yeah, the National Registry exams kind of don't get frustrated a lot with the quizzes that you have here, but they are kind of, so they'll have 4 answers. 3 of them are right, but you want to pick the one that's the most right. So that's what she's talking about with the critical thinking, is kind of ruling out, well, that's right, but not quite as right as the other options. So it is picking the best of the correct answers. It is kind of frustrating. If you've ever talked to anybody that's taken a National Registry exam, they are not the funnest to take.
Nightmare, nightmare. I threw up after mine. This is horrible. Never want to do it again. But
yeah,
good luck.
It's kind of a one and done. Like, keep your cert. Once you have it, keep your cert.
Yeah, don't ever lose it.
Don't let it go.
No, because you don't ever want to take that test ever again.
I will be 98 and still recerting my paramedic, so I never have to take that thing again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not giving that thing up. Not at all. But I was going to say something else, but I won't.
Okay, so our next question is, in the syllabus has an attendance requirement. What is that referring to? Zoom, testing?
That is participating in your homework, getting your homework done within like the time frame, and getting your discussion boards in. Because there's no, like, it's not a like on your own time. This is definitely not a kind of go at your own pace, because we do have date requirements. We need to get this done 21 days turned into 28 days. So we need to get this done within the 28-day period. And if you are falling too far behind, you'll have to be removed from the class. So don't fall too far behind. We will work with you guys if you are falling behind, like Mandy and Ashley were talking about. We're here to support you. But that's essentially what the attendance means from the syllabus, is participating in the homework assignments as well as your discussion boards within the timely manner. If you don't want to attend the Zoom meeting, you're choosing to miss out on that kind of a resource. So it's highly recommended that you attend the Zoom meetings. I think that answers that fairly well. You guys have any input on that at all? All right, any other questions?
Are the practical hours in our communities separate?
So this is just the didactic. There will be another class, kind of like what you guys signed up for before, that will be the skill portion. I can't remember exactly what it's going to be called, where you'll have mentors. You'll have like a skill sheet you have to have filled out that essentially says that a mentor has signed you off as competent at that skill. So within your community, it is separate from this didactic portion here. Tony or Karin, do you have information on the mentorship program that they will be entering in?
So the field mentor that you're all part of a department. In the second phase of this, after you complete your didactic, you get the student certification. Then at that point is where you would normally take your practicals and get your skills. So that's kind of all happening at one session with your skills mentor. And your skills mentor at that point in time will be responsible for, you'll be basically riding along and practicing your skills at the same time and learning them at the same time. That's the best way that we came up with to divide out the types of learning. After you complete all of those, your ride-alongs and your skills checkoffs, then you get your provisional. So what would normally be your practicals is, yes, happening in the, with your community service that you're already with. Does that answer the question?
And we will have documentation that your proctor or your, with your service, when you go through a skill or discuss a skill or prove a skill, it's going to be like a portfolio, and it'll be verified with a signature by your proctor. And we'll, once we know who they are, you guys give us a name or a list of names, could be more than one, it depends on with your service. We'll go through and do a instructions on what the expectations from the state is.
Yeah, I can show them that portfolio if you want me to.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay. It just so happens I was working on it. Okay, let me share my screen. It's in Google Docs, so the formatting's a little bit wonky in Google Docs, so it will look a lot cleaner. But you're gonna effectively go back to your departments, and they're gonna teach you these skills and sign you off. So it's gonna have to be, you practice it a bunch, you do it, and they sign you off, and then you get your final instructor, which instructor in that case is gonna be your mentor. So, and your mentors have to be a certified EMT1 or higher. Okay, I think that was one of the other questions. And it's, fairly basic. Some of this will be removed, like watching testing video. That's not going to be part of this class. And it's like the, oh, you guys aren't EMTs yet. I was going to say, it's like the other skill sheets you're used to, but you aren't EMTs yet.
Surprise!
Yeah, surprise. So this is like, step by step, how to take blood pressure by auscultation. And, you're going to get these signed off by your mentor. And then once it's completed, once you have this page, let me get back up there. Close your eyes. So once you have this page fully, filled out, you're going to send it to the state. You're going to upload it to your application. Okay.
Let's see, what else?
So somebody asked, can we have skills signed off by EMTs outside of our listed departments? For example, can an EMT in Central Matsu observe and sign me off on skills even though I'm signed up through KFD?
KFD's
The way this is going
Kaparic.
to work, you're going to have one approved service mentor. Does that answer the question?
I think it did.
Oh.
And then I am pregnant. I'm not. They are. And have to leave to spend a month in Juneau, starting mid-July. If I don't finish my skills hours in my community before I have to leave, can I have a mentor in Juneau as well? So I think we just answered that question.
Well, that's a special story.
Yeah, not everybody's
We're-
pregnant.
Yeah. By the way, after you get your student certification, that student certification is good for up to a year. We prefer you not take a full year to complete the skills portion, but
And that is it. If I missed your question, please retype it because there was quite a few that just came to me personally. And so I answered those individually.
Bree, did you want to give everybody a short little segment to introduce themselves, what department they're with, and why
Yeah.
they decided to become an EMT?
And what they look
Sure.
like?
Yeah, if you guys wanna, I don't know what order to put you guys in,
Those
or if you even want to.
Call
I
on
guess
people.
just I'll go through alphabetically. I see Adam. Adam there. Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Okay. Sorry, I was typing a question. Just introduction? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, just introduce yourself. If you have a question, you can ask a question. Otherwise,
Okay.
who are you?
I'll ask. I'm Adam. I've been in fire and rescue since I was 18, which is like 25 years. I'm actually an expired too. Just my CMEs are expired. I'm not totally, completely expired, like outside of a 2-year window or whatever they expanded that to. And the chief told me to take this class. And I haven't been doing it for a while and I miss it and want to get back in. That's kind of my thing.
Well, it's a good refresher. I think I've got a couple people in the class that are expired or like long time expired, and things have changed. So it's always a good idea to get a refresher on some of the stuff that's changed in the last few years, because I know, especially CPR. CPR has changed a lot over the years, and we've got some new medications that are coming out, or new toys and gadgets. So it's always good to just get a refresher on what's new, and so it'll be good to kind of remind you of everything that's been going on and make you a stronger medic because of it.
That's one of the reasons why I wanted to do a class, whether it was a one or a refresher, is because for exactly those reasons. I didn't want to just get hodgepodge of CMEs. I wanted to actually get, focused back into it.
All right. Well, welcome to the class.
Thank you.
We've got an Aaron Mary.
That's me. Yeah, sorry. I guess I'm 19 and I just got onto my department about last year. I was an ETT before this, so it's my first time doing an EMT class.
What department are you with?
The volunteer Chugiak department in Alaska.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm also EFF trained too, so I'm getting there.
Well, welcome to the class. I think there's 10 of you from Chugiak that I talked to. Is it Chris? Yeah. So
Yeah.
welcome, and it's good that you have your ETT. It'll kind of remind you of what's going on there. All right, I got Brittany.
Hi guys. I'm the one that posted about being pregnant. So hopefully I can get my skills done before I have to leave for Juneau, because that would be a pretty rough transition, you know, right in the middle. But we'll see. And thank you for telling me that if I'm feeling overwhelmed right there at the end, that I can wait until afterwards to do my skills. But I started my ETT class right before all this craziness with COVID happened. And so I decided to do this instead. I'm a little nervous about the jump, having never done it. And also pregnancy brain is a real thing. I thought people were a little bit making it up. No, they're not. It's pretty rough. But I'm pretty excited about it. Just take lots of notes, I guess, and definitely be joining in study groups if those are happening, hopefully. But I've been with the fire department here in Yakutat for 2.5 years now, and I've always kind of wanted to get into more of the medical side of it, but I never did. And so don't know what made me decide to do it at 6.5 months pregnant, but hey, why not? So I'm excited. I've been out of school for a couple years now, out of college, so it's nice to be back in like a classroom setting. I think it'll be fun.
Well, welcome to the class, and congrats on your pregnancy. And no, this will help out, especially a new mom will be nervous about taking care of a baby, and this will help with that. So I've got a B Sutton.
My name is Brianna as well, and I'm with the Esther Volunteer Fire Department in Fairbanks. And I have not been an EMT before. I was going to start my ETT class, but that got canceled with the COVID situation. So I'm really excited to do this.
Excellent. All right. Welcome. Chase.
How's it going? My name is Chase. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
I run Gold Wheel Amusements for the carnival that provides the amusement rides for the Alaska State Fair. Alaska Professional Volunteers called me up and said that there was an EMT course, and we're just all hanging out, and I figured I'd jump on board. So here I am.
All right. Well, give us a good discount at the fair. I want to,
Never met
I
a
want to be able to
carnival
afford the
ET.
rides.
He's going to be a carnival EMT. That's going to be a first in history, I think.
No, not necessarily. I actually am a mechanical inspector and a trainer for crowd management. We do all the theme parks that you guys basically go to. So any Six Flags, I'm the guy who climbs the roller coaster and says it's good for the year also. And I grew up in Chugiak, went Chugiak High, so all you guys at the volunteer fire department there are literally right next to my parents' house. So cool.
Awesome.
Yep.
All right, Chris I.
Yeah, hey everybody. My name's Chris, and I live in Cordova, just a little north of Yakutat. And I've been a part of the Cordova Volunteer Fire Department for about 6 months now. And yeah, you don't have any ETT or EMT certifications yet, so just looking to get my first certification and help out a little bit more around the department. And the first opener of the season was today for the flats, for the copper. So talent is happening. All the boats are coming back in right now, and but yeah, really excited for the course and work at the state of Alaska with Fish and Game in the otolith lab and doing some otolith recovery in the processing plants.
Cool. Welcome. Good. Colby. You being shy, Colby? All right, Colton.
Hello. Can you guys hear me?
Hey, yeah.
All right, cool. My name's Colton Lips. I'm working Capark with Brianna and some of the other folks on here. I've been with the Capark Park Fire Department for a little over a year, and when I joined the medical side as well and start learning, try to become more rounded in the emergency services. So I'm glad to be a part of the course. Looking forward to learning some new skills.
All right. Sweet deal. Got Daniel Mendez.
Hi, I'm Daniel Mendez. I'm with the Chugiak Volunteer Fire Department. I'm a firefighter 1 at the fire department, and just decided to jump in and try to get some medical experience, try to help the department a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely being out there on that highway. No more bridgeocalypse though, please.
Yeah.
Gina?
Hello. I am from Missouri and I moved to Alaska to study endangered languages and then started volunteering at Esther Volunteer Fire Department a couple months ago.
Wow. It's a long ways to travel. Well, welcome to Alaska.
Thank you.
Haley?
Hi, I'm Haley Batt, and I live in McGrath. I'm the chief of our ambulance squad here in McGrath, and we just had a recent ETT course, and we were supposed to have an EMT course right after that, and things got canceled due to COVID. I'm noticing this is a theme, but my husband and I have lived in McGrath for 3 years, and we're airplane pilot mechanics throughout the day, and then I run the ambulance squad whenever I'm called on. So I'm excited for this class.
Awesome. That sounds awesome. There's not a whole lot of medical people there in McGrath.
We have a small clinic with some nurse practitioners and a physician's assistant, and they're great folks, but we actually do have a road here in McGrath that doesn't go anywhere, but we are a hub village, and people come in from surrounding villages for fishing and hunting and running mines, and the Iditarod comes through here, and so does the Iron Dog, so we do get some good traffic through here, and the clinic is very well stocked, and it's great to have an ambulance service to be able to support them.
Awesome. Now you guys were going to have issues with the mentor. Karin and Tony, did we figure out their mentor program?
Pretty sure we can.
Because they don't have an EMT one to sign off, right? You guys just have your PAs and nurse practitioners to sign off.
Yeah, we did have Benny Miller. Yeah.
I don't know. Tony, you want to answer that?
They'll be able to confirm competency in the skill.
Okay. Just want to make sure that that was cleared up if that was going to come up. All right, I got Jay Will.
I've been talking with Wilma Vinton about it, and it sounds like they maybe want to do a site visit in a couple of months too, later on in the summer. So that's also a possibility.
Perfect. All right, Jay Will.
Hey, with Chugiak Volunteer Fire Department here in Chugiak near Eagle River, outside of Anchorage. I was an EMT about 7 years ago. Went through the Army, and then I was pursuing professional piloting, and then decided go back to my original pursuit of firefighting and go into paramedicine. So I'm knocking out EMT in preparation for enrolling in paramedicine, the paramedic program at KPC in Kenai this fall. So pretty excited for that.
All right. Well, welcome to the club.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
We got Jesse Poplin.
Yes. Myself, as well as my wife, Joanne, who's probably the next person on the list, are members of Cordova Fire Department in Cordova, obviously. I was an EMT and actually an EMTI back in 2005 to about 2012 when it expired, and I haven't had a chance to re-up that. And I'm just trying to get back in the game.
Does Joanne want to talk?
I'm gonna let her unmute.
Okay.
So, can everybody hear me?
Yeah.
I was an EMT for the Air Force for 6 years. I just lost my National Registry not this past March, but the March before. I was part of the aeromedical evac with the Air Force. So I do have some experience, I guess. I joined the Cordova department here to actually re-up and relearn. Yeah, it does that. I don't know why, but sorry, my camera's stupid. But yeah, I joined the Cordova department with my husband to, one, be a part of something, and two, to get my EMT back and to try and help this community as much as I could.
Awesome. Well, welcome back. J.S. Barton.
Yeah, hi, my name's John. I'm also from McGrath. I finished the ETT class with Haley Batt, who you guys just met earlier, and I kind of just, as a volunteer, help drive the ambulance and respond to calls as needed. My wife's one of the physician's assistants at the clinics here, and so she's kind of motivated me to go in the right direction with this so I can help out a little more efficiently. And so the ETT class was great. Enjoyed that, and just really looking to expand my knowledge on medical issues and helping to provide a service here in McGrath. So
Excellent. Is it Karim chat 4?
Yeah, hold on. There we go. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. I too am with the Chugiak Fire Department. No EMT or ETT experience at all, but I joined about a month and a half ago, and I'm also getting my CEVO license. So no fire experience either, but just kind of wanted to do something that's a little bit different, and especially wanted to help out. And so I've always liked the Chugiak area, so you know, the CMT one sounded like a good place to start.
Excellent. Got Leroy.
Yeah, hi, my name's Ben. I'm a firefighter with the Caparg Fire Department, also Central Matsu. I got my ETT 6 months ago, 7 months ago, something like that. I've just found that a lot of the calls that we respond to, especially at home, are medical related. And so I've discovered a huge deficiency in what I have to offer. So I'm hoping to learn a lot here so I can become a bigger asset for the community.
Thanks. I like how you picked Leroy, but you could have picked Leroy Jenkins.
Actually, the computer picked it for me. I don't know how that happened, but.
All right, Megan?
Hi, I'm an ETT with North Tongass Volunteer Fire Department here in Ketchikan. I've been with them for almost 2 years, and I'm hoping to take this all the way to paramedic. That's my hope.
Sweet. Excellent. All right, Michael.
Hey, Brady, it's Mike. Sorry about that. My audio is not working on my iPad. So my name is Mike Shipton. I'm with Butte Fire Department. I'm a prior combat medic. I ended up letting my my EMT1 lapse. I'm currently an ETT and trying to get my EMT1 certification back and provide better care to our community as well.
Thanks, Mike. Olivia.
Hi, I'm Olivia. I'm from Cordova. I got my ETT certificate through the department a couple years ago. I finished 1 year of nursing school and I want to get my EMT because emergency is something I'm passionate about, and I think that everyone should know how to save someone's life if they're ever in that position.
All right, thanks. Rich. There we go.
Hi, Bree.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, my name's Richard Washer. I'm a captain with Palmer Fire and Rescue, and I had an ETT long time ago. And when this EMT course came available, I figured I'd give it a shot and see how it goes.
Glad to have you.
Thanks.
Rose.
Oh, gotta allow. Hold on. Hi.
Hi.
So I am one of Bree's longtime expired students, and we just did the ETT, and she's like, "Yeah, we don't do that anymore. Yeah, we don't do that anymore." I used to be a firefighter EMT in Barrow 20 years. And I really miss the fire department family, and so I'm trying to join the Coupart crew, and so here I am. Thanks.
All right, thanks, Rose. If Heather wants to talk, since you're on Mike's.
Hi, I'm Heather. I know it's showing up as Mike, but for some reason the Zoom meeting decided to name me Michael. I've been with Butte Fire for 4 years. I am an ETT trained, but I've been in the medical field for almost 8. And my goal is to get to EMT2.
All right, Stara.
Hi, I'm Stara. I absolutely hate talking in large groups. So I'm with the Chugiak Fire Department as well. I have no experience with medical. So I'm just excited to get my EMT1 and be able to help out with the department more.
Excellent, welcome. Well, I guess it's good that you don't have to be in a large group since it's online. Stephanie.
Me? Am I the only Stephanie? They can't hear me.
Yeah, that's just you, Steph.
Of course, you have to ask, when I got my mouth full. Anyway, I am currently with Palmer Fire. It's probably been 11 plus years doing that. I am one of the old timers who had their EMT2 lapse. So I'm back here trying to get it and get myself reacquainted and basically learn the new stuff that in the last 3 years. So that's what I'm here for.
Sweet. Steven.
Hey, you can hear me?
Yes.
All right, I'm a firefighter ETT out at Chugiak. I've been doing that for almost a year now, and I love running calls. It's a fun gig, and yeah, I'm hoping to do the EMT thing.
All right, Sydney.
Hi there. My name is Sydney. I'm from Anchorage and with the Chugiak Fire Department. This is literally the first thing I'm doing with them, so I'm very new and I'm excited to be in this class. I am a nurse, but I work as a health educator, which has no clinical skills involved, so I'm very excited to help out my community and kind of keep up with those clinical skills through this route.
Excellent. You'll notice the difference between EMT and nurse. They're not the same creature, even though they both do medicine. So, welcome. Ty.
Hello, my name is Ty McKenzie, and I am Palmer Fire Explorer. I've been Palmer Fire Explorer for about a year, or a year and a half, actually. And my hope is to become an EMT2 one day or higher. And this is where it starts, apparently. So.
Sounds good. Zach.
What? You know, just listen. This is Karen. You know, you guys don't have to stop at EMT2. There's paramedic. I'm just saying.
My favorite level was EMT2, actually. That's where you get into the scary meds is at the EMT3 and higher. But
hey, just saying.
Paramedic's pretty awesome, but EMT2 is definitely my favorite. You get to do the fun stuff and then drive. Zach.
I'm Zach. I've been around now. Been around the fire service now 10 years across the East Coast. Now I'm up here with Chugiak in Alaska. So I've managed to avoid the medical side now for 10 years, but it was inevitable. So here I am.
All right, I think that's everybody on my list. If we missed you, speak up now.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, perfect. Guess I missed all that. But so I'm Zach. I've been around the fire service now for 10 years across the East Coast.
No, that did come through.
Where'd that end up?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry to cut you off, but
No, you're
you
fine.
did good. Yeah, you did come through.
You're not.
Well, if there's nobody else, I'll give my background. About 17 years ago, I was in an ice storm that shut down all the power. I was back in Oklahoma, shut down all the power to 3 counties for about 2 months. And I got tired of staring at my ex-wife all night long. So I just decided I wanted to help out my community. So I joined a volunteer fire department because they were handing out water. And then after that, they asked me if I wanted to take a CPR course. I thought, well, okay, I can do wildland firefighting and take a CPR course. And then they said, well, you did good in CPR, go ahead and take an EMT course, we'll pay for it. And I got good at that. And then finally I said, okay, we'll pay for you to take your paramedic. And then that's when I realized they roped me into something. And here I am now. I've been in EMS for over 15 years. I love what we do. I love the fact, I think it's our, if you want the secret to happiness, go out and help somebody every day. It makes you feel good. And that's where I'm at. Originally from Oklahoma, I've been in rural EMS, I've been in remote EMS, metropolitan EMS. I did about 5 years up in Barrow. And then I moved down to the Mat-Su Valley. I'll let Karen go ahead and give her background too.
Really? Really? Oh my God. Okay. Okay, fine. Well, high school, graduated high school. The next day I was at Hot Shot in Heber, Arizona. I'm from Arizona, native. Then it was a season job, so I joined the military. So I spent 7 years in the Coast Guard. Enjoyed that greatly. Got married, so I had to follow my husband, and so I became a Dallas firefighter. And then I didn't like the Southerners, so I went back to convince my husband to go to my home state, which is Arizona, and got my paramedic in 1991, and worked the rural area. That's what I preferred, and then was a flight medic for 20 years, and also a paramedic coordinator at a university. I taught paramedic programs, and did a lot of extra, a lot of things in Mexico. Did the language, made my EMTs, paramedics, nurses live with people in Mexico, and they had to learn to speak or they weren't getting food. So, but it did work out. I got a job offer in Bethel, spent 1 year in Bethel, and I admired the culture. I fell in love with them, and then I got a job offer 8 years ago in Juneau, and I'm here at the state office since then. My passion is EMS. It's a calling. I enjoy it. I've seen everything in my life, but it's just, I will never do anything else because of that. So you guys are stepping into a wonderful adventure. And you guys coming back from who were once EMTs and ATTs, welcome. It's going to be an interesting course. It's going to be fun. You have excellent educators. The end.
If you guys don't have any other questions, I did post my cell, my email, Mandy's and Ashley's cells and emails. Again, if you guys have any questions, you can text any one of us in between like classes and whatnot. If you guys don't have access today to the My Lab Brady, you should have access to it tomorrow. So that will be the official like day, even though I changed it. If you still don't have access tomorrow, let me know. Like call me, text me, email me. I'm home from the slope for like 2.5 more weeks. So I have really nothing else to do except have fun in the sun. So I'm here for you guys. That's all I have for the meeting today. You guys have any other questions? Questions, comments, snide remarks?
No one's going to ask what emerge stands for?
I can't remember what emerge stands for. Something, yeah, you're going to have to say it. It's too much.
Emergency medical education for recruiting the next generation of EMTs.
Yeah.
Yep, that's what he said.
Well, we had some different ones we were thinking about. Was it appropriate?
Yeah, not so appropriate names coming up with. But,
you know, one thing about EMS, you guys have to learn how to have humor.
Yeah.
Very sarcastic, sorry. But they're like,
all right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming in. And oh, I got a question there. That's a Ashley question. I don't think there's any spots left. I think we're full.
Okay. I was just asking for a firefighter in Houston.
Nope, sorry,
Texas?
we are full.
we'll have another course. Another course is going to start in about 6 weeks.
Yeah, we're gonna have another course. Okay. Our goal is to get a bunch of EMTs done by the end of the summer. There should be a couple hundred, hopefully. So they'll have another chance. But you guys are the guinea pigs, the first round. So
sorry.
All the mistakes will happen during this one. We apologize now.
Who's the contact for the program or positions that might be open for the next classes?
Probably the state. Tony. Yeah, we'll announce it though for public. We did.
That won't be advertised and announced, and it'll probably be announced by Dr. Ann Zink herself with the contact information.
Okay, thank you.
Cool. All right, guys. Have a good night.
Bye.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you.